when it comes to Camden, where all these self-proclaimed niggas that think they got the hood on lock, if you don't mention my name first in that shit, everybody gonna feel like it's something wrong.
So I saw this video of Albie Al, who is really on fire right now. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He really got Jersey buzzing.
Yeah. Shout out
to
Al.
Porilla over there with him. What
What?
did you think of his list of top 5 Jersey artists on Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder's podcast that they were talking about?
What was his top list?
Well, I guess it was more like Tony Yayo was given the people, but they said, I know Yayo didn't want to give it to Budden, right? Albie Al was saying Budden was number 5, but I'm pretty sure, I think Naughty by Nature was on there. Queen Latifah was on there. Oh, they said Redman, right?
Yeah, of course, Redman.
They said Sue Surf.
So
Albie Al himself, I think. Oh, they even threw in like Lauryn Hill, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then they started talking about Camden though, specifically. They were shouting out Camden. How did you feel about that conversation about Camden?
What they said about Camden?
You didn't see it?
Listen, if you mention Camden, and maybe Al, didn't know, what it was, shout out to Al, because I definitely fuck with him. When it comes to Camden, where all these self-proclaimed niggas that think they got the hood on lock, if you don't mention my name first in that shit, everybody gonna feel like it's something wrong. You know what I mean? Now, if you talking about the younger niggas coming up, that's coming up, then that's respected. Because right now, this is about, when it comes to the younger niggas, I support a lot of the younger niggas coming up. Because we had our time. I had my time in the game. You feel me? I was signed before and everything. But if we talking about overall, if my name ain't mentioned in Camden first, is definitely a problem. You know what I mean? The only one I would even dare take a back seat to would be Crown Rulers. You know what I mean? Because they the ones that pioneered it. You know what I'm saying? In Camden, that pioneered it. But other than that, if it's the younger niggas, if we doing a list of the younger niggas coming up, then yeah, I'm gonna have my own list. You know what I mean? That's not for me to be on that list. But you talking about the ones that pioneered, it's a category for everything. So I'm not gonna be biased to not getting mentioned on the list that if it's young niggas, you feel me? If I'm not I'm not a young nigga. You know what I'm saying? I did this a long time ago. But if it's about who pioneered it on the list they was talking about, like Redman, Queen Latifah, everything, you know what I mean? If you talking about Jersey as a whole, I feel like I'm top 10 in the whole Jersey list. You know what I mean? But if you talking about Camden, come on, it's not even a question. Now if you talking about young niggas, then I could throw 100 young niggas that's doing a thing right now in Camden. And that's dope as fuck. And really, paving the way for Camden artists. You know what I mean? There's a lot of dope motherfuckers that's doing it. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think they were kind of, when it came to Camden, they were kind of leaning towards more of just like how difficult of a city it is. Like it's real tough, right? And then also they were talking more about the younger artists, because I think they brought up what Poe 1600.
Yeah, Poe 1300.
1300.
Poe 1300. He definitely doing his thing. He's doing his thing. My young boy HB from North Camden, he doing his thing. And then the motherfucker that I'm a lyricist. So there's a difference between street rapper, lyricist, you know what I mean? Gimmicky rappers. You know, it's a list for everything. You feel me? I'm a lyrical nigga. You know what I'm saying? I always been a lyrical nigga. So when it comes to bars, lyrics, that's what I thrive on. And right now, you ask me, the nicest motherfucker to me that's out there doing it in Camden and shit, to me is Mayor Fontaine. That motherfucker is spit. He's dope as an MC. His cadence, his charisma, his just music overall. The motherfucker just got it. He just got it. You know what I mean? As far as street, more street, I would say Poe 1300. Him, but if you want to get deep into a street motherfucker, Superstar K, man, I gotta give it to Superstar K, who's a straight, hungry ass motherfucking real street nigga that definitely got the streets and really come from that. You know what I mean? You could look at it many ways. You know what I mean? And then you could also mention HB in there. You know what I mean? And I'm not even mentioning the older cats, you know what I'm saying, that did it myself. You know what I mean? Funched, some of the, the older cats that did it. I'm mentioning some of the newer cats. You know what I mean? The newer motherfuckers that starting that wave and got some motion and shit like that. Cause there's motherfuckers that's nice as hell, like real rap. If real rap was on his shit and constantly grinding, I would talk about real rap the way I'm talking about Mayor Fontaine. But right now, real rap, his work ethic ain't there. And he'll respect that I'm saying that because that's how much I got love for real rap because the motherfucker is nasty. But that's how many dope MCs we got. You feel me coming out of Camden? Lyricists I'm talking about. But I would definitely, I'm doing a whole pass the torch thing. I'm passing the torch. To me, it got to start from somewhere. And to me, I'm passing the torch to Mayor Fontaine. Mayor Fontaine got it, man. He that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Lyrically, videos, everything. He just that motherfucker. And motherfuckers got to learn how to stop hating and then follow suit because motherfuckers like PO 1300, that's the future. You feel me? But then you got motherfuckers like Soul Child, which is a female. Soul Child is fucking the game up right now and leading them up for Camden, New Jersey. Right now, Soul Child is doing her motherfucking thing. Shout out to Soul Child. You know what I mean? She know I got love for her. And she's paving the way for Camden. I'm just proud, man. When you see shit like that, all the years that I put in and shit like that, I'm always repping my city and wearing the city on my sleeve. It was because of shit like that. I always wanted to see artists like Soul Child, Mid Fontaine, P.O. You know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of other artists. HB, which is my man. He been doing it for a minute, but he really just started getting that motion, you know what I mean? And putting good music out there and doing it. There's a lot of other motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? That's out there doing it. You know, that I show mad love to. Poppy O is another one. I can sit here and mention names all day, man, but me personally, if I was to start it from somewhere, somebody that's lyrical and everything, I would have to say Mid Fontaine, man. Definitely who I'll pass the torch to and make him the face of Camden, to represent the city in a big way. And then, of course, everybody else, that want to follow suit to that. Everybody have their own preference, you know what I'm saying? But everybody is different in a different type of way. You could put it in the category of lyricists. You could put it in the category of street niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned Superstar K or a real motherfucker and got some joints. He got a joint called Batman, you know what I'm saying? Look, it's dope. The motherfuckers is just putting they work in, you know what I mean? So I could go on for days, man. But to me, you got to get categorized the right way. And, motherfuckers got to really give it up for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Work ethic, consistency, you know, shit like that. to me, people gotta look at that. Cause some motherfuckers, they want to make one record and think that they should be top motherfucking three and got one record and shit and one song that nobody ever heard about. But that's the shit we live in.